cool thing also is that you get to look at pretty much the presets of all of the armors in the game. I don't know if it's all of the armors or not, but there's a lot of them to be had. Hey yo, what is up guys, it's Rick, and we finally have gotten into the login of Kingdom Under Fire 2. Now, I've already been into here, and I gotta say, I've had a hell's age. It took me a couple hours to actually get onto here, and that's just basically because I mentioned this in a Facebook post, but quite frankly, they've IP banned everything other than C. So I mean, this is kind of news to me. So I mean, I was kind of frustrated because I was telling everybody to get on here. It is still possible to get on, but you're gonna need to go through some VPNs probably to do it. But anyway, guys, I've already made 2 characters right off the bat, so I just want to show you guys how it works. Basically, you can only make 3 characters. Currently, I don't know if they're going to increase that limit, but there are only 3 characters in the game, so that shouldn't be a problem. As you guys see, I've already made a spell blade and a spell sword, but I do want to go over the character creation for all characters real quick, so this might be a little lengthy. Now, just say right here, you obviously have your names, and I just say right off the bat, you cannot create or edit anything about your character's size or body. In fact, all of the character customization comes in the face, and they do a very good job at it. So here on the left side are kind of the presets you have. Hairstyle is obviously going to be one of them. Quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Gunslinger ones, but here are the human hairstyles. And we're going to quickly showcase pretty much everything this has to offer here. So we're going to go a little bit quicker. And I did my first time, so that's my second time recording this. Now the face is actually kind of important. You guys can see on the right side they have a bunch of sliders, and these sliders are like changing all over the place. You still need to select a face option. The face kind of defines some features that aren't on this right side. So on the right side you have features that such as eye shape and eye position. They're kind of just modifying whatever preset this is, kind of like positional modifier. So if obviously eye position, you can move this preset up or down, but the face presets actually have things that you don't have sliders on. For instance, this one has that facial hair and those types of eyebrows. So those are the kinds of things that you're going to be looking at, the facial modifiers here. And although these are changing, you can edit them afterwards. So that's kind of how the face modifier works, and they have a lot of different unique faces. Here has a whole bunch of dimples and stuff that you can you actually can't change any of that aside from the facial preset. But I mean, aside from that, you guys can see there are tons of customization options for the face. On top of that, you also have some tattoos as well as some scars, and these are exclusive for the character that you're actually selecting. So when I go over to the spell sword, it will be different from that. You'll notice they have the scars on here. These are not the same for all the other characters, so you'll have to check those out. And they got a lot of cool little tattoos right there. Not a big fan of them, but we'll pick that right now. And of course, they have the hair color options. Now they have a few preset ones already out there. If you guys purple, I don't know, just kind of random selected. But the best thing is that you can actually choose a wide range of colors here, and they, usually this kind of feature is kind of, they limit that to buying it in the cash every now, but it's really awesome how they'll let you choose basically whatever you want. And they have obviously the black and whites over here, so color over here and black and whites. Now it's funny, they do that for the skin color as well, and that, I don't know, now we're talking into race territory. I mean, that's literally black, and equates to black skin, but they got the browns over here too, so can edit that around. And they have the presets for those, so those are basically your color options. Same with the eye color and lip color as well, so really awesome. Now if you were being really lazy, you could just stick with a preset. They got like pretty boy here, well, weird looking guy there. 4 presets that already made, but basically they've just selected this and screwed around with that. So you can do a lot with the face customization, and that's basically the extent of your customization is going to be the face. So if you're going to differentiate yourself from anybody else, it's going to be with the face modifiers. Now the cool thing also is that you get to look at pretty much the presets of all of the armors in the game. I don't know if it's all of the armors or not, but there's a lot of them to be had. And they usually don't do this in games. They kind of just show you like a couple, but this one they have a ton, and which is really cool. I can already tell that I'm gonna really like the armor sets that they have in this game. And currently I have the game set on maximum graphics, which is why I wanted to re-record this, was because there really was a difference. You can tell the lighting difference and just the graphical overhaul that this has. It looks really beautiful to me. Just by looking at it, maybe it's not shown in the video very well, but it looks really good, especially with the lighting and the armor shines and stuff like that. So there you go. There is the Gunslinger, which, I don't know. They could have picked a better name for that. This class, he has guns, but come on. Anyway, guys, we're going to be jumping over to the spell sword now, though. And I hope I showed everything off right there. Haven't messed around with a lot of these sliders, but again, that's just to customize all of these options. And you can really get a wide array of different things going on. You can, I can imagine you guys can make some pretty freaky looking characters. Like, this guy's already looking kind of weird. Alright. But anyway, guys, let's jump over to the spell sword. Alright, guys, jumping over to the spell sword, which is going to be your dark elf character. And if you guys have played the games like me, you would notice that this dark elf is it shares a lot of similarities to the dark elf of old, except obviously with the skin color change. It's really awesome that they still have the same properties of a dark elf, and that is obviously the ears, but more importantly is the skin is smooth, and when you look at it, they actually don't allow you to put any kind of scars on the face, because that wouldn't happen in the game. So if you guys know a little bit about the lore, they have to look beautiful. Even the men look beautiful. So I mean, that's something that they stayed true to it. It's like they could have put scars on it, but they didn't on any of these faces, which is really awesome. You can put a little bit of blemishes like this mole here, but I just thought that was a feature I should mention right off the bat. I'm gonna go quickly look over the hairstyles. Much of the same. I think all classes have up to, or at least these two classes have 13 hairstyles, which is a little bit, I wish they may have more in the future, but they're pretty good hairstyles to choose from. I ended up choosing one that I enjoyed on my character that I already created. And there's one that's going to be popular with some people. I could already tell, oh, that looks like a Taki from Soul Calibur 4. Soul Calibur. Let's look at the facial options real quick, and again, you can... Here you can even angle the ears a bit. I don't think you can change the size of the ears, but you can angle those. So yeah, we'll look over the faces. And was there not as many faces? Yeah, there was a ton of faces. I just didn't look at all of them. And like I said, the tattoos are there, but there are no scars for this character, which makes a lot of sense. And they got a few like jewelry, blemishes and moles and stuff, and cute little tattoos too, so that's pretty cool. You can obviously change the brow position, make her look angry all the time, nose width and stuff like that. It's really cool that you can change the face this much, because you can really spend a lot of time at something like this, in which, trust me, I did. Here's some of the presets that they have for you. Again, it's just a culmination of changing these sliders here. And finally, we're going to be looking at the armors. The colors are identical to what you find in all of the characters. The only one that changes is going to be the last one for the Berserker, because it's a little bit different. But for the most part, it's the exact thing as the Gunslinger in terms of color. Now for the armors, let's take a look at that. Let's go back a bit. Colors, you can see they start off pretty good in terms of armor, and I can already tell you guys, I can already tell you what's gonna happen. That's like my favorite armor right there. It's gonna get pretty gratuitous coming up here soon. So I mean, less and less armor. I really don't know how the armor system's gonna work. I really hope that the high level armor doesn't look like that, or at least I can be able to choose. I mean, this right here, what is this? But anyway, the options there, you can tell, and I think they're pretty notorious for having armors like that. Yeah, there you go. There's your spell sword, and we'll finish it off with the Berserker, guys. Alright, guys, finally we're going to go over to the Berserker class, which is your Rainier. And really, when I saw it, I thought it was really impressed at how much they were able to change it from the original Rainier. I think this is his normal horns, but they do have different horn styles, not as many hairstyles. I mean, this is technically the hair, but they don't have as many of them, so they have a few horn styles differences. The cool thing is now that the hair color, obviously this guy wears a hood all the time, so his hair color is actually his horn color now, so that's really cool. Usually you go with this one because that's the default one as it's always been, but that's cool how they let you change it now. The face, again, they really have to limit themselves with what they did with the other characters, because they gotta make them look the part, and I think a lot of them do that. I think as we go along to the other faces, some of them seem kind of out of place. Like, for instance, I don't know which one of these is like an old guy. Like, who's this old man trying to be a big buff guy? I don't know, but it's pretty cool. I'm sure you can have a blast with some of these characters and make them look absolutely ridiculous. I can't wait till somebody just makes somebody so stupid looking. So you got your faces right there. Most of them match the part of this like berserking, hulking guy. The eyes, you can tell, are obviously different. They're like really bright and luminant. This character will, like the Gunslinger, be able to have some scars on them. They're different from what you have on the Gunslinger too, so much more defined and stuff, which is pretty cool. Now the hair color, as I already mentioned, will change the horn color. Eye color is this luminescent kind of glowing eye instead of like the normal eyes that we had on the other characters. Skin color is much of the same though. You get much more darker characters. I think I noticed, like, you could get some straight up really dark Akon looking dudes. And finally, we're going to look at some of the presets that they have for us. And they even went with one of the blue colors, which I really like that kind of color for that. Even a gray one or silver looking one. And finally, guys, some armors. They don't have as many as the other two characters, but they have some. And boy, let me tell you, I think this is going to be the most popular class by far, just because how beastly and cool this guy looks. As he usually is the badass in these games. I mean, I think that's just his freaking chest. Look at that's just his chest right there. That is an breastplate. And there's a really cool one right there. And so yeah, guys, I hope I was able to show this off well. Yeah, I didn't really mess around with the sliders, but again, that's something that you can intricately look at and spend hours on, just adjusting it just how you want to, which is really great for character customization, because I know a lot of guys take a lot of pride in that. So anyway, guys, hope I was able to help you, and I'll mention a few things before this video is over. Alright guys, so I already mentioned that I had a lot of trouble trying to get into this. I wanted to end off by saying there are only 3 characters that you can make at any one time. Now I did want to do a little bit of beta testing, I guess, even on this character select screen, because I don't really think it's told us yet, but you can only have 3 characters, and when you delete a character, it'll delete immediately and you can make a new one, but the name that is reserved for that character, I still haven't been able to reuse it. It says that the character name already exists. So right now, as far as I've seen, it's been about 2 hours since I made these characters and deleted one just to test out, and I still haven't been able to use the name. So I will let you guys know in the comments below how long it takes before you can reuse a character name, because it seems like it has no problem deleting it, but the system still thinks that the character exists. So I think that's something that's important to know, because if you ever want to reset your character, for instance, if I really want to remake my Gunslinger character, how long is it going to be before I can reuse that character name? Because I don't just want to create another character and then lose the name. That's something that's really important to know, and that really isn't told anywhere. So I'll keep you posted on that in the description below when I actually find out. Another thing is, and this is just personal preference, but I like my main characters to be at the top, and quite frankly, it doesn't seem possible to be able to move your characters after they're set in stone. So for instance, if I delete this character right here, this will move this character up, and she's not my main, you know. So that's something that is kind of standard in a lot of games that I've played now, that you're able to move your characters in the character select screen. There's only 3 characters to be had in this game anyway, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, you don't, like, C9 has tons of pages of characters, so I mean, moving them is important. In this game, it's not really a big deal, but again, that's something that, you know, people that are really anal like me and like having their main character at the top, you cannot do that right now. So that's about all I can pretty much tell in the beta test today. And I am certainly going to be going on tomorrow to be testing out in-game stuff. So by then, I'll definitely have an answer on how long it's going to be taking for this character, the test character that I made, the name to be reusable again. So again, I'll let you guys know on that anyway. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video, guys. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this video has helped you. And I will catch you guys later.